John Newby, NBC Sports. Obviously, when you're running for the championship, NASCAR's unique with everyone else in the field still there. So how do you kind of balance the aggressiveness of the other drivers that may be trying to win, first race of the season for them?
Yeah, I mean, you're still racing everybody, right? And I think everyone understands though, like you're pretty respectful of the four guys that are racing for it, race for the championship, right? Like, if you're running backside of the top 10 and championship four guys kind of hounding on you, like you usually cut them some slack. At least that's how I've always kind of done it, let them do their own deal. Racing for the win is a little bit different, I would say. Like if you have a non-championship guy racing a championship guy for the win, that gets a little bit more up in the air. But I don't know. I feel like it's always been a decent balance of everyone else in the field respecting the four guys. It's not like they're just going to pull out of the way for you every chance you get, but they're fairly respectful. So,
what is Zach up front here?
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Ryan, how would you evaluate the car at the qualifying? And obviously, looking at the speed charts from yesterday, it seems like you and the 20 both had good long-run speed. Did that factor into maybe not having that single lap speed?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I thought we were pretty competitive yesterday in practice, and just lacked the pace today in qualifying. And it's a place qualifying's been somewhere we've struggled at here the last little bit, and we seem to race really good, but just qualifying, we just can't find the grip and speed that other groups can, and whatever that is, we've tried everything to try to get that better because it's hard, when you don't qualify in the top 10. And, I think we snuck in at Homestead at 10th, but we've been outside the top 10 at Vegas and Martinsville and was able to drive our way forward. So hopefully we have that kind of race pace tomorrow. It's nice that the championship four folks, we pick stalls the top four. To where we have a halfway decent one. But yeah, we got our work cut out for us tomorrow. Hopefully our car is good enough to where we can drive through it, but long race, we can get there.
Go to Jonathan.
Jonathan Field, the racing experts. Of course, this weekend you got the new tire. How'd that feel in practice and the runs you made?
Yeah, it was it's all right. I thought it fell off fairly decent, honestly. I think you're going to see more fall off tomorrow with it being hot and slick. Last night's practice, that's a tough one. It's a tough one to – I don't know why they schedule it at that time, to be honest with you. It's so much different than where we're going to have the race tomorrow. Maybe they do that on purpose to where teams are scratching their head for the race tomorrow when it's hot and slick. But, I think you're going to see more fall off than last night. But I still thought it had fairly good drop off. But, I think it's hard to tell from practice. You kind of have to get in the race and all the cars on the racetrack and see how the track rubbers up, and then really see where it falls off to. So I don't really feel too much of a difference with it, but you never know. Once we get 50 laps into a run, it might change it.
Go up here, Jenna.
Jennifer, AP. Ryan, I just wanted to know how you're feeling. Like, your voice is kind of flat. I don't know if you're disappointed in your qualifying effort or if you've got any sense of how you feel about tomorrow yet.
I'm a pretty flat person. I don't know if you've... Yeah, thank you. You brought it out of me now. I don't really feel either way about it. I think, I didn't expect to qualify where we did. I expected to be a little bit better, but I know qualifying hasn't really been our strong point this year, really, at all. I don't have any poles this year where we had like 4 last year, so it's just a place we've struggled at with the single lap speed, but pretty optimistic that we can get our way through the field tomorrow. So bummed, but I'm not really like letting it dwell on me. Like, we came from 15th on the last restart at Martinsville last week and won the race, so hopefully we can carry that over to race pace. So seems to be our best quality right now is once we get into the run. Hopefully that was cheery enough for you.
We'll go to Holly and then wrap it up with Cole.
Ryan, that was kind of where I was going with that. Does it give you maybe a certain level of comfort that others don't have because you've been able to rally from wherever you qualify and bring it up like you had, and you mentioned last week, obviously?
Yeah, I think it if I had to choose one, it would obviously be, pace in the race, instead of having 1 lap speed in qualifying. And we've kind of been on both ends of it. teams will be on both ends of it, kind of, at certain points of the year. But yeah, it does give me more confidence, and it makes me not worry as much about where we qualified, because we've qualified bad before here in the playoffs, and we've been able to race our way forward. Hopefully that's still the case tomorrow. Hopefully we bring that same speed in the race. But yeah, it definitely is something like our group wasn't really stressed out at all after qualifying, right? You just understand it's a long race tomorrow. Hopefully with the changes we made from last night for the race tomorrow is going to pay off, and we went in the right direction. And if not, we'll try to get in the right direction, So this deal, I've been saying, is like, it's nice having to only worry about the end of the race in the Champ 4, right? You're not worried about playoff points, stages, where are those guys at, right? You're just focused more on the end of the race. Like, I almost think it's kind of an easier race to kind of go through. There's less stuff going on, I think. But, yeah, I think our group's in a good spot. So hopefully we're good tomorrow.
We'll wrap with Cole.
Cole Cusimano with Arizona Republic. Ryan, the pole sitter has won the race and the championship every year since it's been in Phoenix. I'm sure there's no concern, charging through the field and getting up to the lead. But as far as that preferred pit stall qualifying 15th, is there any concern on that front and pitting in from not that preferred stall?
Yeah, I mean, it's always an advantage to be in one, stall one, and then that was like the goal of today, right? It's like everyone's trying to get that stall. The four of us trying to get that stall, and yeah, so that's an advantage, I think, especially if you have some late race restarts, right? That where the box is compared to the timing line is pretty short. Like it's not the shortest one. It's not like Charlotte short, but it's still not a lot of room, so you don't have to get up to speed. So yeah, it's just an advantage, and that's that's the positive thing about being good on Saturdays. Is you qualify good and you get rewarded with a pit stall, but it's like doubling down every time you lose a hand in blackjack. It's got to eventually turn. So hopefully for us tomorrow, it's not a fourth in a row. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Ryan. Good luck tomorrow, bud.